All right, folks, we're back on the Bossman Show. Having for the first time on the show, Coach AD Chris Massaro on the Bossman Show. Chris, good to see you, man. I always see you around the Virgin Center in the stadium, but it's good to have you on the show, man.
It's an honor to be on your show.
Yes, sir.
It's an honor to be on the Boss Man.
Yes, sir. Chris, I'm looking around the campus, man, all the growth here, the football field, for stadium, the performance center. Man, you got to be happy with what you're going to do down here in the borough, Chris.
This has been fun being out here this morning and listening to the whistles blow and the helmets cracking a little bit, but also the sound of the cement trucks and the pounding of the metal over there at the construction site. So it's a beautiful sounds for me. We're so excited about that building. It's a year from now we'll be inside of it, and that's hard to picture.
Oh yes,
and so we're supposed to cut the ribbon in late July, and knock on wood that there's no delays, no tornadoes hit this side of the stadium, those kind of things, that so we can just continue to sail along. But it's going to be a game changer for us. That Derek wants to be a program where we develop programs and that build players, and that building will allow us to really develop players to their maximum potential.
And Chris, it had to be hard for football being the Murphy Center with basketball. So now they get their own space now, and they can really focus on them and not have to share space. So think about that piece of it for football as well. But how it's going to benefit all programs around Middle Tennessee to use that building as well.
Yeah, I think that number one, that football gets it gets used against us recruiting. That I think we might be the only FBS school that our locker room is actually, and our offices are actually housed in a basketball arena. And they go, well, football's not important at Middle. To ask them where their locker room is, and so we have to overcome that.
Yes, sir.
And so now this building puts an emphatic statement on it that,
yes, sir,
that football is important to us. So we'll move football out of the Murphy Center and give them their own space, and each position group will have its own meeting room. We'll have a team auditorium, all those kind of things that we haven't had in the past. And by them moving out of the Murphy Center, that creates a lot of space, and so men's basketball will move in to their locker room and be able to expand their space, and then we'll be able to have nicer men's basketball offices. So when they bring in recruits, it'll be a first-class facility as well. So this building helps every sport, but it really helps the football and the men's basketball probably as much as anybody.
No doubt, Chris, and talk about this, Chris, man. President McPhee's vision, along with yourself, to continue to build this campus. I've seen it grow over the years since I've been coming down here. 15 years, man. Yeah. It's seen the growth of Murfreesboro and the campus, man. It's amazing. So I'm come up from Atlanta, seeing what you all have done new.
And if you drive around campus, you'll see 3 really tall cranes right now. And so we've got the crane for the Student Athletic Performance Center. Then the renovation of Kirksey on Main's happening, and then the new construction building next to our concrete building is going up. So there's a ton going on campus, and I think under Dr. McPhee's tenure that we're at like $1 billion of capital improvements that have been in this on this campus. So it's amazing, and we hear it all the time from grads that haven't been back in a while or haven't seen this part of campus or that part of campus, and just how much it's changed. And so that's also been kind of the impetus for us on the athletic side, because our corner needed to be upgraded.
Oh, yes.
And it needed to look like the rest of the university. We were kind of stuck in a 1980s look on this corner, the Greenland, Middle Tennessee corner. And now with the new tennis center, outdoor tennis complex, with this building, once we're done with the Murphy Center, we're going to transform this into an unbelievable asset. And then put a hotel where the Woodfin's parking lot is, and just bring more retail to this area and commerce. And so this place is going to be, in the next 5 years, the place to be in Murfreesboro.
And Chris, I talked to some of my friends who went to school here, and some of my friends in Atlanta who went to school here, about how it's a family environment here at MTSU.
Yeah.
About how Murfreesboro embraces this school. And when I'm around the city, when I'm on Old Fort, I'll go down Medical Center, I see the MT brand, people with MTSU shirts on, militant. So about the support of the community and how they really pour in this program into the students, athletes, and the students here, period, about how good this school is for the community of Murfreesboro.
Yeah, and I mean, it cuts both ways. I mean, we're part of Murfreesboro, and Murfreesboro is a part of us. and we can never forget those responsibilities and obligations that we have to each other. And so the stronger we are, the stronger Murfreesboro is, and vice versa. We are so lucky. Like, people talk to us about our future, like what's the group of five future going to be, and those kind of things. But because where we're located, that's our number one asset. We're located in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We're located in a rapidly economically
Oh
developing
yes.
area. We're a growth mindset here. A lot of schools don't have that luxury that are in our position.
Oh
So
yes.
I'm bullish about our future. We should pop a champagne cork every time we open up a new high school in Middle Tennessee,
Oh
because
yes.
that's just more recruits, more people coming to the area, all those kind of things. So this is we're going to put these facilities match our population growth, and our future here is unbelievably bright.
Oh yes, Chris. And from even having Clarksville growers go, Nashville's growing, Dixon's growing, all Lebanon's growing. So like you
All of
said,
it.
all this area is corridor. You draw like a 70-mile radius of Nashville,
Yeah.
and it's like, man, the sky's the limit for
And
everybody
I've
around
been
here.
here since '05, and just the level of high school football, just in Rutherford County alone, forget Williamson County and Davidson County because they've experienced the same stuff. But just in Rutherford
Oh
County
yes.
alone, the growth of high school football and the quality of high school coaches that we have here, it's unbelievable. So we're just like Birmingham and these other hotbed recruiting areas. We're sitting right in the apex of it.
Oh
So I'm
yes.
excited about our future.
And Chris, City Conference USA, that a lot of realignment happened where we thought we was being in trouble, but you all stuck with it with West
Yeah.
Kentucky. And how happy are you about sticking with the conference and seeing the growth now from Kansas State, from where I'm from, Kansas State down the
Oh, there you
conference,
go.
no New Mexico State, Houston State, you got Delaware coming, you got.
Yeah.
So talk about that, Chris, and the growth of Missouri State as well. Talk about the growth of the conference, man, and how happy for staying in here and seeing where it is now.
Yeah, and I think economically it was a no-brainer to stay where we were. We obviously had some chances to MAC, but when you start adding up your exit fees and your entrance fees and all those kind of things, did it really make sense? Did it really change the way we operate? And the answer was no. And so we felt like, and the five schools that were remaining at Conference USA kind of made a pledge to each other, like, let's double down and let's be great in athletics, and let's pick some really good partners to come join us. So obviously Liberty comes in with all their resources and what they've been able to accomplish. So in some ways, we're chasing Liberty with our buildings
Mm.
and those kind of things, because they do have SEC type facilities. And I think that's good. That we have to have a rabbit to chase after, and we've got some things that Liberty will never have, and so let's play on those assets. We had a one AA school, FCS school like Jacksonville State come in that's had historically really good football programs. And then they've got Rich Rodriguez as their head football coach, who's a really good football coach, and so they've had success, and we wanted to be deliberate to pick partners, us in Western Kentucky, that were close to us, and we were fortunate enough to get Kennesaw, to get Jacksonville State. So those are all drivable games for us, and
Yes.
that was important for us and for our fans. So I think all that the expansion went really well. Our Conference USA office did great. We got a new TV contract that we're getting more money. We've been innovative by playing weeknight games and
Oh
and
yes. I
having
love
having
those.
having those audiences was really great. And what I liked about it, like if we're playing on Wednesday night, I could see the CUSA games on Tuesday night. So I
Yes.
got a chance to watch the whole league play, and you don't often get that. And so I enjoyed those games. So I really feel good about our future. And what it doesn't get talked about enough is that the group of five now, we have access to the college football playoff.
Hmm.
And to me, that was the most important thing. That's something that I've fought for and wanted for 20 years, ever since I've been AD at Middle. And to finally have a chance where a school can get into the playoff, that's fantastic. And so that's all I want. Whatever happens through all these changes, we have to maintain a couple of tenets. And number one is, for all of us, we want to have access. We want to have access to NCAA championships. Like, don't shut us out of the basketball tournament. Don't shut us out of the women's soccer tournament. Don't shut us out of the CFP playoffs. So let's keep our access. And number two, let's make sure we're educationally based. And maybe those Power Four schools, they've turned a little bit, and maybe the degree is not as important if you're making a couple $1,000,000 playing while you're in college. The reality is that the guys that we just watched practice today, that's still the most important item that we can give them, and over the lifetime is the most valuable is their college degree. And so we have to remain educationally focused. We can still be finding money and NIL and those kind of things to help guys get through this thing, but let's keep the main thing the main thing.
No doubt. But Chris, good to have you show for the first time, man. We'll see again real soon, man. I always love seeing you at games, man.
All right.
Having the show, but it was fun, Chris. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed myself today with you.
Thanks for coming up, man. And to
Anytime.
have that sacrifice to drive from Atlanta, that's awesome. So
Hey,
thank
man,
you
I
for
love you
being
guys.
here.
You treat me like family, so I got to
All
come
right.
support you all.
You are family.
Yes,
You're
sir.
a Blue Raider.
Thanks so much. Super strong on the Bossman show, ADMTN shoot. We're out of here.